Okay guys, I think I've done it. I think I've created the perfect airline travel outfit. So let me talk you through it. This outfit is going to get you through every possible temperature scenario and comfort level and what have you. So let's go ahead without further ado. Oh, plus you're gonna be able to sneak in some extra luggage that they won't even notice that you have on you. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about it. We're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up. So starting with the bottom, they always say wear your heaviest shoes on the plane. These are hiking boots. If I'm not planning on hiking on my trip, I'll wear like my big tennis shoes or something, which is a good idea. Some people say pack your biggest shoes, and then that way you'll take up room in your luggage. So if you buy souvenirs, then you can wear your biggest shoes on the way home, and you will have removed some of that extra space from your luggage that you can sneak souvenirs in, whatever you decide on doing. But that's what these are. And if they make you take them off for TSA pre-check, you know, I've shown you these in multiple videos before. These are hospital shoe covers. So if they make you take your shoes off, you can just keep these like in your pocket or something. And then if they make you take your shoes off, put these over your feet if you're worried about germs. And then once you go through security, throw them away. That's what you do. All right, then, now not everybody likes to wear jeans on the airplane. The only reason I have jeans out here is because jeans tend to be one of the heavier bottoms. And that's what they always say, wear your heaviest outfit on the plane, because that way it'll take up less room in your luggage. I don't necessarily like to travel with jeans because, especially if it's a long haul flight, it can get a little restrictive here at the belt. But these are a little bit stretchy, so I find them to be comfortable. And you know, it's 2005 when I'm making this video. Skinny jeans are not really in style for some reason. These are straight leg, so straight leg tend to always be in style. So I have some straight leg jeans here that are a possibility for an airline outfit. And then once you get to your destination, you can certainly pair them with other tops. One thing that I like to do, I know people talk about compression socks, and I like compression socks, but listen, baby got back, okay? I got a big old thighs, and I like compression all the way up. So my husband and I have said this before, we go on backpacking trips, we go on fancy trips, and especially if I'm going on a fancy trip, I'm probably gonna be wearing a dress. And if I'm wearing a dress, I'm probably gonna need pantyhose. And I like to wear black pantyhose just because my legs are kind of thicker. I like to wear compression tights or pantyhose, okay? So I will actually wear these on the airplane just so that I feel like I'm sucked in and, you know, compressed nicely. Not everybody likes that. Some people hate the restriction, so it's up to you. This is just what I do, because if I'm gonna be wearing a dress on the trip anyway, I might as well just wear the pantyhose on the plane if I need compression, and that way it's dual purpose. Compression on the plane and then pantyhose for the dress or whatever when I get to my destination. But certainly you can wear compression socks, and sometimes I will wear compression socks even over the pantyhose just to make sure that I'm not getting problems with my veins or whatever, just for health reasons, right? And these socks, you can find them, I think, on Amazon. You can find them anywhere, really. They have copper in them, which is supposed to be really good for your circulation, so that's good. All right, now I'm gonna show you my jewelry here. I've shown you this in the past video. This one is actually a purse holder. You can also use it when you're on the airplane to hang things on the tray table in front of you, from the tray table in front of you, or from that seat pocket. You can hang whatever you want, but you could also wear it as a bracelet. But I got this on Temu. It was about a little over $3, and it's pretty sturdy. I will say that I have small wrists, and it just barely fits me, but it is something that if you have a small wrist, this would be a nice little gadget to have as a bracelet when you're traveling. And if you don't want to wear it as a bracelet, you can use it as a carabiner in your luggage. This little bracelet is actually a charging cord. So it has USB. So on the airplane, if your phone is starting to die, you can plug it into the USB and then get one compatible, this end compatible with your phone. And so that's also on Temu. All right, now let's talk about the tops, because this is really, really cool. All right, so first of all, I always travel with a hoodie around my waist, and that obviously is because sometimes it's freezing on the airplane. And I always bring a zip-up hoodie and make sure, this is my specifications. Whenever I wear this hoodie, airline travel, and I wear it hiking and just, you know, if it's cold, whatever. What I always look for in a hoodie is I need it to have fleece on the inside, but I don't like fleece on the outside because I think it looks a little trashy. So I look for a smooth outer part. This was actually, what is it, Hanes? This is like $20 on Amazon. So I really like this hoodie. I like having a hood because then I don't have to bring a hat if my head gets cold. It's built in. It's fleece all the way down the sleeves and the torso and the hood. And also these sleeves come with little thumb holes. So if your hands are particularly cold, you can stick your hands inside the sleeves like that, and the hole is for your thumb to stick out. And it also has really deep pockets on the front. So if I have this tied around my waist, I can keep my phone in this pocket and I can keep my passport in this pocket. If that is a little too iffy for you, I have other options of pockets. Like, don't worry. All right, so, and this is also just really good for whenever you get to your destination. If your destination is cold, then this is an extra layer for your destination. All right, then I like to travel the flannel shirt because flannel shirts are always in style. I mean, they're kind of 90s, but 90s is always in style, I think. And flannel shirts are they're thin, but they're also warm, obviously. And you can't really dress them up too much, but you can make them look kind of fashionable if you want. You can look super scrubby in a flannel, but you can also look kind of nice in one, you know, but it's just a good travel item. Plus it's a nice lightweight layer. All right, but let's look and see what we have underneath here. If you saw my other video, then you will already know what this is. This is from Temu, and I think you can find them on Amazon too. It's called a fisherman vest. All right, so what is it? Well, obviously it's got a ton of pockets. And the reason that I like this for traveling is because what I plan to do with this, I just got it a few days ago, but my plan for this is to go ahead and fill all these pockets with everything that I'm going to need on the airplane with me. So I'll put my toothbrush here, maybe some toothpaste there, face wipes, wet wipes here, maybe Airborne and vitamin C. My little drugstore can be there. I can put pen and something over there. I could put my passport in this zipper pocket, and that will keep it from pickpockets. There's another pocket here, and there's another little pocket here. Plus, there are 2 pockets on the back as well. Now, I probably am not going to put too much in these back pockets, especially if I'm walking around, and especially if I don't have my flannel shirt over it. Now, here's the thing. My husband, as soon as he saw this, he's like, that looks like a tactical vest. All right, so if it looks too tactical, you don't want to walk into in an airport looking like the Unabomber, right? So what I plan to do is actually fill those pockets with all of my necessities and then turn it inside out. And that way the pockets are all accessible to me, but it just looks like, you know, just like a regular vest, like that. It looks a little less obnoxious. And honestly, I do plan on wearing this shirt over it, and so that's gonna get me through, you know, you're gonna take it off for security, obviously, but But once you get through security, you can put it back on and put the shirt over it, and then you don't look as Unabombery, right? But, you know, don't fill the pockets too full, you know, so that you look a little weird. But my purpose, though, for filling these pockets with all of my comfort, airline comfort needs is because once I get to my seat, look at what this does, okay? This is super cool. I'm actually going to move this to the side for a second. All right, I don't know if you saw my other video, but what you can do is bring it around to the front and zip it up in the front and zip up like that. And then turn it to the side like this. And there's another zipper on the bottom. And there's a snap right here for the strap to keep it secure. And what you have now is a shoulder bag, or you can loosen these straps and make it a crossbody bag. But what you can do and you can use it as a bag at your destination for like shopping or just out and about, whatever, day trips, excursions. This could be your one and done item to get you extra little items through security and onto the plane. Once you get on the plane, turn it into a bag and hang it over your tray table. And then you have all of your items, all of your comfort items easily accessible on the plane. And if you're wearing your hoodie and you want to get rid of your hoodie, you can stick it in here. You know, you can put your things that you don't want to wear inside the bag, and it's just hanging there in front of you. And it doesn't count as a personal item because it's actually part of your clothing because it's a vest, right? So I think that's so super cool. Whenever you get to your destination, you may not like using it as a bag with all of these pockets accessible on the outside. So just like turning the vest inside out, you can turn the bag inside out. And that way the pockets are only accessible to you. You can get into them from the top. Now the only awkward thing is that the snap right here is it's a little inside out, but it doesn't look too bad. And when you're carrying it on the side of you, it actually kind of just looks like a regular little, maybe not super fashionable, but you know, you could put like a little scarf or something around here and kind of dress it up a little bit and make it look, it's not going to look super fancy or anything. You won't be able to take this to an evening event, but this way you don't have to bring an extra day bag because you already have one. And whenever you get to your destination, if you, for instance, go hiking or something, instead of bringing an extra hiking bag, you could just unzip the bottom of it again and use it as a vest. And you can put your water bottle here and whatever you need for hiking, and just wear this in lieu of a day bag backpack. You know, there's so many options with this thing. I just think it's amazing, and I wanted to share it I shared it in another video, but I just love it so much I just wanted to share it again. All right, now last item here. This idea I actually got from the channel Build Your Moxie. I forget what her name is. Claire or something? What's her name? I don't remember. But she's Korean American and she's hilarious. Anyway, she gave me this idea, or she gives this idea on her channel of wearing a tank top on the plane that has a built-in bra in it. And that way, if it gets, you know how it gets like swelteringly hot on an airplane sometimes, but you can't strip down to your bra. I mean, some people do, but it's nasty. But you could just, if you have this on, it's a tank top. So, you know, and that way too, what I like about this is you're not worried about all these icky layers, like having your bra up under everything. You know, you can just strip down to the tank top and you're covered and you're also comfortable. So whether it gets super cold on the plane, you have your shirt, you have your hoodie, and if it gets super hot, you can just take it all off. And then you have your comfort bag right there. And you didn't have to add any extra items. You were already wearing all of this. Like, I think it would be cool someday if people actually didn't even travel with luggage, and they just had this vest. Like, oh my gosh, I can just see it now. You know, you have your toiletries here, you have a capsule wardrobe here, you know, just put all of your necessities in this vest and just wear your luggage on the plane. Like, how cool would that be? To me, I just like the jet settedness of that is just really enticing. Although I would probably never be able to do it because I just like having too many things when I travel. But anyways, I hope that gives you some ideas, and thank you for watching. So have a great day.